Recently, I have come to a very important conclusion that this console generation, the Switch 2, the PS5, is likely my favorite console generation of all time. And I have a good reason for that. And it might not be what you think, but personally, for me personally, I think this is the best console generation. I've had the most fun with it. And there's really one reason why that is. And it's not necessarily because of all the new cutting edge, great games we've gotten in the latest console generation's life cycle. It's actually because of something else. It's because of all the awesome remakes, remasters, and ports we've gotten of older games onto this generation. Games that I grew up with in my childhood on the Super Nintendo, the PS1, the N64, you name it. So many of those great games have come to the current console generation, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. Discuss some of those awesome games that have been re-released, remastered, remade for the Switch 2 or the PS5, and why I feel like, it's just made it so fun for me collecting, playing these consoles, and why I'm so fortunate, so happy to get so many of these games remade or re-released. But we're going to start with the PS5, Exhibit A, these three classics right here from the Resident Evil series. So we've got Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4. And you will notice here that my Resident Evil 3 is the PS4 version. And that's because it's the superior version. It's actually secretly better than the PS5 version. No, I'm joking. I'm just a fool. I accidentally bought the PS4 version when I meant to buy the PS5 version. So now I'm stuck with this. Not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe I should just sell it and get the PS5 version. But these three classics, like I never would have thought on the PS5, on the latest console generation, we would have gotten all the amazing Resident Evil games we have. We basically got them all the mainline Resident Evil games. We got new games as well, but we got Village, we got Biohazard, we got Requiem. We got them all really. So to think that we would get remasters, remakes, re-releases of all the old classic Resident Evil games, as well as a bunch of new games, it's unfathomable. I never would have figured it out. I never would have saw that coming. So happy we got those, and that just makes this console generation for me like top tier. Who would have thought we'd have like almost 10 plus classic, just top tier Resident Evil games all on the PS5? I mean, that's amazing to me. So the PS5, those classic re-releases, Resident Evil being one of my favorite franchises of all time, to be able to get all those consolidated on the PS5, amazing. But then we come to the Switch. Exhibit B. We got all those great Resident Evil games on the PS5, bunch of old remasters. Then you come to the Switch, and we got the same thing with Final Fantasy. We got Final Fantasy 1 through 10, right? We got the Pixel Remaster Collection 1 through 6. We got this double 7, 8 here. I'm missing 9. I don't know what happened to my Final Fantasy 9. That's one of my favorites of all time. So now I got to figure out where that is. But we got 9, can't find it. And then we got 10 and 10 too. And more, right? We got Tactics as well. I think I got Tactics here. So to think, you know, in the 2020s, we got all the Resident Evils, we got all the Final Fantasies brought back to life for, the old school fans like myself, for the next generation. And just with that, Exhibit A, Resident Evil, Exhibit B, Final Fantasy. I don't know how you can't be blown away or appreciate this console generation, right? And you might be thinking, like, you're talking about old games here, but these are some of the best games of all time, in my opinion. And the current console generation has a lot of new, cutting edge, great games as well. But we're focusing on the classics here. So, some absolute bangers there. And then, not to mention all the other great ports, remasters, re releases we've gotten. The Grandia HD collection, the Suikoden 1 and 2 collection here, Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3 collection. Again, classics. Ninja Saviors, remake of the Ninja Warriors on the Super Nintendo, Gradius Origins, classic shooter shmup games collection here. I mean, the list just goes on and on. I could go to my shelf here behind me and just keep pulling out classic games that have been re-released or remastered on the Switch, PS5, you name it. But to me, that's what I love most about this console generation. I love the old games being brought to life on new consoles. And one of the things about it is, it's really got me questioning if I need to hold on to all of my older retro games, right? Like, take, for example, the Suikoden remaster here, HD remaster. Do I really need to hold on to Suikoden 1 and 2 on the PS1 now? I'm not so sure because, to be honest, I don't see myself ever really playing through those games again on the PS1. If I want to play them, I'll play them on the Switch, where it looks better, performs better, and is really the definitive release now, right? So that's something I'm starting to contemplate. Like, can I cut down on a lot of my retro games, games that have had re-releases? I think that's something I'm gonna start considering more. I'll hold on to the games that haven't been brought out again, that I still need, the original to play. But that's what I wanted to talk about. Just how kind of fortunate, how awesome the current console generation's been with all the ports, the re-releases. And I gotta finish on, you know, the biggest game coming, the biggest remaster, re-release, whatever you want to call it, coming at the end of this year. And of course, that is Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time from the N64 coming to the Switch, Switch 2. I believe it's just the Switch 2, but I don't know. Coming to the Switch, we'll say. And to think that we're even getting a remake, a remaster of this game here. I mean, what more could you ask for? I want to keep seeing these games being re released, coming out for the next generation, selfishly for myself. But I don't know, I don't know how future console generations are going to be able to top this, right? Things are going digital. So to be able to get all these physical re releases, remasters into the collection, I mean, it's just made collecting for the Switch 2, PS5 so fun for me. And I'm going to continue to focus there, get all the games I want. And I hope that we continue to get more kind of remasters, re releases like this, especially physical editions. But that's it. I wanted to come on, share some of my favorite remasters, talk about why I love this console generation so much. But I want to know down in the comments below, what are the remasters, the re releases that you love the most that I didn't mention here? I know there is a ton of them. I would love to hear about them in the comments below. Let me know your favorites. And let me know if you agree. Is that something that you really love about the Switch, the PS5, is bringing those old games back to life? That's all. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a good day.